Hello and welcome back to the Satoshi Society YouTube channel. My name is AJ, one of the co-hosts here. It is Sunday and I wanted to bring you this technical analysis video. I know Ben is going to go live as well today to update you on things that are going to be happening next week, but I wanted to update you on some of the technicals and a short position that I did just enter into. So I'm going to go through that trade quickly and then I will go through sort of the bigger time frame charts and I'll show you what we could potentially be expecting for next week. So getting straight into the Bitcoin charts then, taking a look at this potential trade. Now, what I have done is, as you can see over here on Bybit, I have entered a short position. The entry point was $21,610. And the reason why I did enter this short position is because we are coming into a previous high back here, so it's going to act as resistance. As you can see, we are finding some resistance at that level. We are also finding that the indicators are very, very overextended. So if we have a look here, we can see that the RSI is overextended. We can see that the stochastic RSI is overextended as well. So this is looking very similar to a trade that I did actually give you a while back as well. And we saw this trade actually process as over 110, it was around 110% in profit, and that was this link trade. It's exactly the same setup. So what we were seeing was coming into resistance at a previous high back here. We entered on the rejection of this resistance because the indicators were also signaling to us that they were overextended. So as you can see here, the RSI was overextended and the stochastic was in that overextended region, and the stochastic RSI started to flip bearish, as you can see there. And that's exactly what we are seeing right now. As you can see, this trade played out almost perfectly, came very close to that TP3. Unfortunately, didn't quite get there, but if you did follow this trade, you know that I took a 110% profit on this trade. So this is exactly what I'm looking at for this Bitcoin trade as well. I'm looking for I'm looking to find some nice profits off this trade. As I said, you know, the RSI is overextended, stochastic RSI is overextended, signaling to us that we could see a potential pullback. If we're looking at the MACD as well, the MACD, we are seeing that decrease in volume. We are seeing that the MACD indicators here are about to, look like they're about to flip bearish soon. So for me, this is looking like a very, very good shorting opportunity. That is why I have shorted. As I said, I entered that short position over on Bybit at $21,610. So I am expecting to see some profit from this. Now, for the invalidation of this, an invalidation of this would be a break above this resistance, a candle break above this resistance. If we did get a candle break above this resistance, then I would exit this short position that I have entered. Now, I have seen that someone's just put targets. What is the target for this trade? Now, it doesn't have a specific price target. The prices that I would be looking at it coming down to is previous resistance, potentially at around $20,400, just under $20,400 approximately. But what I would be looking at is for these indicators to be reset. So once the RSI does come down to sort of below that 30 level, down to the approximate 25 level, and same with stochastic RSI, once it makes its way down and sort of resets, and if we do come into support, which is sat at around $20,400, which is previous resistance. So obviously it is going to act as support, as you can see here, previous resistance. So it will act as a bit of support. That is where I would be looking to take profit from. When the indicators do reset and we do come into some sort of support, that's where I would be looking to take profit. But then I would move my stop loss to entry. And then what I would do is I would wait to see if the trade could run, maybe breaking support at 20,400. If it did break support, then I'll keep that trade open, coming down to the next potential target, which could be at 19,550. If I just get that trend line tool out here, there we go. Because you can see that this has been previous support as well before we got that break towards the downside. So that's another take profit point that I would be looking at as well. And then obviously the swing low down here as well would be another great potential take profit point as well. So that's what I am going to be looking for. We can also see that we are forming a slight bearish divergence as well. We can see slight price action towards the downside from this high to this lower high here. And then on the RSI, you can see that we are having higher highs on the RSI. So that's just another indicator to me that's telling me in this shorter term on the 4-hour chart, we will most likely have a slight pullback for Bitcoin. And this is what I am trying to take advantage of. Taking a look at the bigger charts what we can see here on the Bitcoin weekly chart is it looks like we are potentially forming this double bottom pattern. Now, it's not confirmed that we are forming this double bottom pattern because we could create a lower high from this high here and form some sort of descending triangle. But what we want to look for, if this is going to be a confirmed double bottom pattern, is we want to come back up to 25,000, and then a break of 25,000 would, for me, be the confirmation that this is a potential double bottom pattern, and then we could most likely see the price come up to this resistance level here, which is sat at around $30,700 approximately, only if we were to get a break of this resistance level here, though. A break of this resistance would confirm to me that this is a double bottom W pattern, and the next level for me would be that $30,600 level and that $32,500 level. That is going to be the next major resistance if we do get a break of this. But right now, what we want to be looking for is a price to come up to this $25,000 level. And looking on the shorter time frames, as you can see, for that to happen, we need to break this resistance level here on the daily. If we don't break this resistance here and we get a rejection, then the likelihood of it is that we could come back down to 19,000. This is what we saw when we got the break towards the downside here, retested it as resistance, got major resistance there because we spent 5 days within that resistance level, finally got that rejection. Then where did we come down to? Where did I tell you we were going to come down to? I told you that we were going to come down to 19,000. That's exactly what happened. So that's what I would be expecting if we were to get a rejection from this resistance. We would most likely come down to 19,000. However, if we got a clean break towards the upside, then I do anticipate that the price could come up to 25,000 approximately, which would be this next resistance level here. And also the resistance for close to the resistance for this bearish flag as well, the bottom of the bearish flag. Now, a break above the resistance at the bottom of the bearish flag would be incredibly bullish, because then we can invalidate that $12,000 target down here that we do have for this bearish flag. So that's what we want to do. We want to get up to 25,000 and we want to break the resistance of the bottom of the bearish flag to invalidate these lower targets, and then we can potentially be talking about the bottom has already been established. But right now, for me, it's not confirmed. We do just need to get above this $25,000 level for me to be happy that the next level that we can be looking at is around that approximately $31,000. That's what we can be looking at for Bitcoin. So hopefully the price can continue. If it does break below this $19,000 level and we do come lower, which I would anticipate only if we did get a break of this support level here, then I'm not too bothered. I would continue to dollar cost average in, but obviously we do want to see our portfolios back in that winning streak again. So obviously we want to see the price come back up to 25,000 and break that. But as I said, if we do break towards the downside of 19,000, it's not all bad. It just means that we can get in at much cheaper prices. We can dollar cost average. So we have to look at it. We have to look at it on the bright side. If we do break down, if we do go lower, then it's just more buying opportunities. We can buy Bitcoin cheaper. We can buy if you want to be getting into altcoins, Ethereum, we can buy them cheaper. And obviously, when the bull market comes back around, we can see much bigger returns if we do buy Bitcoin a lot cheaper, buy altcoins, buy Ethereum a lot cheaper. But obviously, in the grand scheme of things, if Bitcoin, say, gets to 500,000, then buying between sort of 12,000 and 19,000 wouldn't be much of a deal at all. But yeah, it is always nice to get in a lot cheaper. But right now, we are looking quite good. We are bouncing off this major support level on this weekly chart. And if we can break above the resistance on the daily, then 25,000 is that next level that we are going to be looking at. If we can break above that, then 30,000, 31,000, 32,000, that vicinity there is where I would be looking at. But right now, we just need to see if we can get up to 25,000 and break that resistance. Let's have a look here. From 19,400, a lot of liquidation shorts happened. I expect a retrace back to that price. What do you think? I do think that is a possibility. I do think we could, have. That's why I've opened up the short position as well. On the shorter time frame, I do think we are getting very overextended. I do think just a little pullback is necessary down to $19,400. That is a possibility. Maybe we can come down there and create a higher low, and then we can start forming this uptrend again, which could take us up to 25,000, which is where we want to get to and break above there. So it is, yes, that is a possibility. Looking at the daily chart here, it is a possibility. If we get rejected from this level here, then I do think 19,000 is the next level that we could be looking at, but only if we do get a solid rejection from this resistance. If we get a break towards the upside, then I do think we could be looking at the $25,000 level as that sort of next target. So yeah, a rejection from here would most likely bring us back down to the vicinity of 19,400, maybe even lower as well, maybe back down to 19,000. But yeah, I don't expect much volatility today. There obviously will be some price fluctuation, but I don't expect a lot. But when we do get that volatility in, I do think it will occur when we either get a rejection or a solid break above this resistance. That's what I would be looking at. Looking at anything else I want to show you here. Yeah, there's also on the 8 hour as well, we do have a resistance coming in here from that high. We broke towards the upside of this downtrending resistance line here. We came back, tested at support here. Price has bounced off that. We are seeing the price come up, and we have come into our sort of first major resistance level on the 8 hour as well. As you can see, resistance here. If you drag it back a little bit, there's a little bit of resistance there as well after we got the break towards the downside here. So yeah, this is going to act as a lot of resistance as well. If we have a look at the indicators as well on the 8 hour, this is just more confluence why I have opened up this short position here on Bitcoin, because on the 8 hour as well, we are seeing that bearish divergence. As you can see, let me get the pen tool out for you. We can see that we have these higher highs on the RSI, and then we have a very slight lower low on the price action chart. The indicator RSI, that is sitting around 70, which is very overextended. Also, the stochastic RSI is above 80, which is signaling to us that it is very overextended as well. So I do think over the course of today, I think we could potentially see a bit of a pullback. That is what that's what I anticipate. That is what the charts are telling me. And as I've showed you, I've used this strategy before on this chain link trade, and we saw some nice profits from that short position there as well. So that is why I am anticipating this slight pullback. But yeah, that's all I've got for you for Ethereum. For Bitcoin. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum. See if there's anything else. Buy Bitcoin and never sell. That's exactly it. That's what I've been doing for the past 2.5, 3 years that I've been in crypto, buying and never selling. I think I've only ever sold Bitcoin when I've really needed the money, and that's about it. But not a lot at all. And I'm going to continue to dollar cost average into Bitcoin if the price does continue to go down. But yeah, if we are going to go up as well, I'm going to dollar cost average my my portfolio up as well. I'm always going to be buying Bitcoin and never selling it. So yeah, let's take a look at Ethereum as well. Ethereum is looking very, very similar to Bitcoin. So Ethereum is in this major resistance level right here, as you can see, at the very top of that resistance level. And we are finding very, very strong resistance at that level. As you can see, it's been resistance here. It's been resistance back here before the break towards the upside, and it's been previous support all the way back here. So we've respected this level very well, and it looks like we are continuing to respect that level because we are finding it fairly hard to get above that level as of yet. So this is going to be a resistance, but if we can get back above here, then I do think Ethereum can come back up to the $2,000 level. So if we get a break of this resistance here, a nice clean break towards the upside, then I think the next level for Ethereum is not 20,000, sorry, $2,000. And if Bitcoin does the same, gets a break of the resistance, I think 25,000 is sort of that next target. So if Bitcoin breaks, Ethereum will most likely break, and we could see Ethereum back up at $2,000. $2,000, yep, and that would be the take profit point for this falling wedge that I did give you a while ago. We got the break towards the upside right here, and we are seeing the price come up, and the target for that is actually sat at around $2,000, $2,020 to be exact. So that's what I would be looking at, but only if we did get a clean break of this resistance. And obviously, this next level here is going to be major resistance from back here as well. So we do just have to be aware of that. If you are in a long position, if you are going to take a long position, I would be looking at taking some profit here because there is a potential that we could get a rejection. But if we did break towards the upside, then it would be a good idea to keep some of that position open as well. So in the shorter term on Bitcoin, I am slightly short, only very lightly. I'm not going in heavily on this short position, just very lightly. I am expecting the price to pull back in the shorter term, but I think there is a possibility, looking on the daily chart, I think there is a possibility that we could get a break towards the upside here. And then we could see 25,000. I think we could see that. So longer term, I think we could break above that. Obviously, if we get a rejection, then back down to approximately 19,000. But yeah, shorter term, I am slightly bearish. Right now, on the bigger time frames, I'm very neutral. If we do get a break, as I've said, I think I'm going to be bullish. If we do get a rejection, then I'm going to be bearish. So right now I'm sitting very neutral. I'm just waiting for that break towards the upside. And on the shorter time frames, I'm just going to go short on Bitcoin as of yet. So yeah, that's currently what I am doing. Looking at the S&P quickly as well, we are getting a very strong bounce off this support level here on the S&P. That is why we are seeing the crypto market push. We know that the crypto market is very, very correlated to the traditional markets. And this is exactly why we are seeing the crypto market pump, because we are seeing the S&P 500 pump as well. And if you've been watching us recently, then you know that we are looking very similar to the events leading up to the 2008 crash. And I do think we could see a similar crash to 2008, only if we get a break of this support level here, which is sat at 3,900 on the S&P. We are looking very, very similar to that. If I just bring up that tweet for you here, give me a minute to find it. Here it is. So as you can see right here, if you haven't seen this already, we are looking very, very similar to that 2008 crash. As you can see, this is 2008. We got the 200 MA right here, a rejection from that down to the support here, a break of that support, and we see the major crash in the S&P. We are seeing the exact same thing. So we've seen the rejection from the 200 MA. We've seen a pullback to support, broken that, turned it into resistance, and now we are finding support at this next sort of major support level. As you can see, we've used it as support after the breakup there, used it as resistance, and previous support back there. So this is a very, very major level, and that is why we are finding support on it right now. There is that possibility we could break towards the downside. Now, if we do break towards the downside, then the likelihood of it is that crypto will break all major support as well, and we could see the new lows for Bitcoin as well. So we just have to be very, very aware of that. But if the S&P can get back up to this resistance between 4,127 and 4,179 approximately, and get a break of this resistance, then I think that will invalidate this sort of crash that we could potentially see. And obviously, if we hold it as support as well, we want to hold this. We want to flip this resistance back into support, and we want to hold it and see a nice bounce off it. So that's what I'll be looking at. DXY as well. We've got that break towards the downside of that previous resistance, then support, now resistance level again. So we want to stay below this level. We know that when the DXY goes down, Bitcoin goes up. When the DXY goes up, we see Bitcoin crash, and the whole crypto market, traditional market, we see all the markets crash when we see the DXY go up. So we don't want the DXY to continue to go up. And now it's below this previous resistance, then support level. That is bullish. That is bullish for us. We want to stay below this level, and we want to see the DXY continue to come down if we want to see crypto in the traditional market continue to push towards the upside. So that's everything I've got for you today. Just to recap you quickly, I am in a short position on Bitcoin. It is in a very slight loss. I'm not too bothered about that. I've told you the invalidation. The invalidation for me is a break above this resistance here, a nice candle break above it. That would be the invalidation. But I am short because indicators are telling me that we are very, very overextended, as you can see right here. And we are forming a very slight bearish divergence as well. So I am short on the price of Bitcoin right now in the shorter term. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you smash a like on this video. I do really appreciate it, and it does really help me out, and I can continue to bring you this content. Stay tuned for Ben as well. He will be going live today as well, so watch out for that. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure you smash that like button. I will see you tomorrow in the next live.